This is Stray Dog Official, coming at you live from the Woodstock Fruit Festival 2014. And I'm here with my main man, Michael Arnstein. How are you doing, Michael?
Good stuff, man. Loving it.
Cool. So I'm just going to get straight to the questions. Numero uno is just tell us about your health journey and tell the people your accolades that you've gotten from that.
Okay, so the real fast recap. I got into this lifestyle January 2008 because I wanted to run faster. I was trying to break 2 hours 30 minutes in a marathon. Went hardcore after reading the book 80-10-10, and then just started blowing the doors off. Marathons, winning lots of races, ran under 2 hours 30 minutes. Broke all the records and goals I was hoping for. Went into the ultra marathon, started running 50-mile, 100-mile, over 100-mile races. Started winning those, setting course records, just like turned Superman. Like I just unbelievable.
So legit.
So yeah, it's all in the record books. So after 6 years of just going bonkers in the world of running and athletic challenges, I just moved to Hawaii a year ago because I was ready to experience life at the next level. But people are still talking about all my running times and my athletic pursuits.
Yeah, they're impressive, man. I'll put some links down below of some of my favorite Michael Arnstein videos because those were just really well done. You really inspired me to look at running as something that's really cool. Like when you were rolling in the Lambo after the race, like you treated yourself nicely. Like that was the first time I looked at running as like I looked at it up there with the NBA and with the MLB and all that stuff. It seemed like really fun, and I've now just changed my look on marathon from like this little scrawny dude thing to, this is a really cool sport. So my question number two is, well, how do you maintain your teeth? You got fabulous teeth, and on a fruit diet, bacteria love sugar, so you gotta maintain your teeth in some way, shape, or form. So what's your methodology?
Yeah, so my teeth story is a little long. I'll try to keep it real short for you guys.
Okay.
When I was growing up, every time I went to the dentist, had 2 or 3 cavities. My mother was freaking out because she didn't want to pay the dentist bills, and I was eating pretty healthy through my 20s, and even then I still had 1 or 2 cavities every time I went to the dentist. When I got into this diet and lifestyle, after a year and a half, I went to the dentist, and for the first time ever, I had no cavities.
Ooh.
I was like absolutely shocked. Dentist was like, "Whatever you're doing, just keep doing it." At that time, I was eating high water content fruits and vegetables.
Mm-hmm. I heard oranges was something that you really favored.
Yeah, depending on the season, I was really heavy into one fruit or another. I got really into pomegranates, and I did get teeth sensitivity when I was eating tons of pomegranates, but I didn't get any cavities, but backed off on them. Still didn't get any cavities. Then it was super, super heavy into ultra running, and my wife got into ultra running, and here's where things got a little tricky. My wife started eating dates, lots and lots of medjool dates, and I didn't like eating medjool dates because I found when I started eating them, I just got, I couldn't stop eating them. They were highly addictive.
Oh, okay.
I had the same reaction with them as I did with some kind of super stimulating cooked food. But she kept buying dates, and I couldn't stop eating them late at night.
I know there. I've been there. And it's so bad at night.
Yeah,
it's the worst time to eat dates.
So there were just too many nights where I was eating dates late at night, and too many of them, not blending them, just eating them, just straight out of the box. And that went on for probably at least a year and a half. Wasn't brushing my teeth enough. I was brushing my teeth, but not enough, and it's tough to, you got to floss because those things get in between your teeth. Went to the dentist about a year and a half later because I figured my teeth were always perfect on this diet, and the dentist nearly passed out. I had over 20 cavities.
Dates, dried stuff.
I think it was 26 cavities. It was every single tooth in my mouth had a cavity, and some of them were super bad. Oh, the reason I went to the dentist is because one of my molars broke. One of my teeth in the back, my molars, it broke off. I was chewing on a date or something, and a piece of my tooth broke off. I went to the dentist, and he was like, the entire molar is completely rotted away, where I was chewing on those dates in the back of my mouth.
Oh.
And I had to get that molar extracted. First time I ever had something taken out of my mouth. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars getting all those cavities filled. Now I don't try to eat any dried fruit at all. And this is now, it's been about 2 years since this whole, just this horrible thing took place. And now I don't have any cavities again.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
So,
It's the dried fruit.
wow, that's crazy, because you know what's been happening to me is I started eating dates and I wasn't brushing my teeth. I was working real long, so I didn't have time to go and eat vegetables, so my calorie source was dates, and I have cavities now, and it's really sensitive, my teeth. I'm just going hardcore on the vegetables. Here at the Woodstock Fruit Festival, I feel great eating as many vegetables. The minerals somehow taste, or they're more, I feel like bioavailable, so I think it's gonna get better, and hearing your story makes me feel like, wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, so I eat high water content fruits, and if I stay away from dates as much as I can. Here at the Woodstock Fruit Festival, I've not been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I eat a lot of dates here because
I have too. They're pretty good.
And but I get back to my cabin, I floss, I brush. I'm trying to get the sugar off my teeth because I don't experience that when I eat high water content fruits.
So please, if you're gonna start a raw food diet, just make sure you're really meticulous with your teeth brushing if you're eating dates.
I don't recommend eating dates on a regular basis.
Yeah.
If you blend them in a smoothie, drink it. But if you're doing banana date smoothies, it's still a really thick, concentrated sugar. It's still coating everything. You got to brush after that.
Sugar's great for you, but it's also great for bacteria and therefore plaque.
If I eat melons or citrus or anything high water content fruits, I don't feel like I need to brush my teeth. I feel my teeth are clean after I eat those types of fruits. And that's why I wasn't getting any cavities when I was eating those things exclusively and staying away from the dried fruit or the lower water content fruits. Now in terms of my teeth being super white and perfect, so that's a totally different subject related to my teeth. So
I want to know that.
When I was 17 years old, I knocked out my front tooth surfing.
Oh.
That tooth had a root canal, and they put in a crown on my front tooth. As I got older, the rest of my teeth, my front tooth that was natural, would slowly change color, and I could never get my teeth to match. I did a whitening treatment on my front tooth to try to get it to match the crown that I had done when I was 17 years old, but it was just still off. It bothered me. I was going to the dentist, getting all these cavities filled from when I was eating tons of dates. And he was like, listen, your teeth up front, everything's got, they're strong, they're good. We've got a new thing. It's a super, super thin, it's not a traditional veneer. It was kind of a laminate. And he's like, we could put it over the top of your teeth, and then everything's going to match. He's like, if you want those two front teeth to match, it's never going to happen unless we cover them all. So it's cosmetic dentistry. The top 8 of my teeth have a very super thin laminate. The tooth underneath is natural. They weren't extracted, and I have root canals aside from a lot of those cavities that were filled. So, yeah.
Cool, that's good to know. Okay.
So the secret's out, huh?
The secret is out, folks. But a lot of people do it. I mean, it's not like you're the only one by any means.
Yeah, I mean, again, if I didn't have that front tooth that was knocked out when I was a kid, I probably never would have done the veneer, the laminates over the top 8.
Oh, okay.
It was just I couldn't get it matching, and every time I was in a picture smiling, I didn't like that the two front teeth never matched.
Yeah, of course. Okay. So I'm just gonna skip a question and just go to the Sri Lanka. So you've invested in something in Sri Lanka. I heard just vaguely about that. Can you tell us about that?
So my main business is importing gemstones in Sri Lanka, specifically sapphires.
Yeah, you're a sapphire dealer.
And I sell them for engagement rings for people that don't want to use diamonds. Because diamonds, they're impossible to identify which country they come from. Sapphires are very easily identifiable by a trained eye of where they come from. So I deal almost exclusively in sapphires that come from Sri Lanka, which where the mining and the people in that area aren't starving to death. There's no forced child labor. It's a democratic country, and we do a lot to give back to the local community. So I feel very confident and secure, and I'm very proud of the business that I develop and cultivate in the country of Sri Lanka. I have a full-time office there, full-time staff. We buy stones that aren't, coming from bad places. We do some of our own mining in a very responsible way in the local environment. It's, I've been there, I lived there for a while on my own feet on the ground, and people like to try to poke holes at my business and say, I'm taking advantage of people or paying people $2 an hour. slave labor.
But hey, you actually went there and you met the people.
No,
so.
yeah, it's not happening at all. That's all nonsense. The business that I have in sapphires is very sustainable, and there's good karma in it. While I was there, I got involved in trying to diversify into introducing new tropical fruits to the country of Sri Lanka, because I was unsatisfied with the diversity.
Yeah, being an
fruits.
island, there's probably not that much going on.
Yeah, so bought quite a bit of land. I've got I think about 150 acres there right now, and we're developing a fruit forest. So we're bringing
I didn't hear that. I heard it was a hotel.
No,
Not a hotel.
no.
Okay.
The only time we might build some type of facility for people to sleep and stay there is after the fruit trees are in good shape.
But a fruit farm, that sounds, in my opinion, better.
Yeah, so we've got lots and lots of durian varieties that are being grown there. We're bringing in. I've sent people that work for the company to Malaysia and Thailand to bring back cuttings, and we're grafting them, and we're growing all kinds of diversity that hasn't been in Sri Lanka. So we're introducing fruit to just enrich the local population, and yeah, I'm not trying to grow fruit for export. I'm trying to grow fruit that's going to be sold in Colombo, the capital city.
Okay.
It's just another way to bring healthy options to a country that's done a lot for me.
Wow, that's a really nice thing to hear. Can you tell us a little bit about Woodstock Fruit Festival Hawaii?
Woodstock Fruit Festival Hawaii. It's going to be in some ways similar to the Woodstock Festival in New York, and it's going to be also very different. I'd say it's going to be very community oriented, social. There's going to be incredible food. The climate is incredible, very stimulating with the ocean and the mountains, but we're not going to have the education component. So there's not going to be lectures on, blood work or B12 or, everything you could do with a coconut. And it's going to be have fun and experience living in an environment that is conducive to our species.
Sweet. Well, man, if I could make it out there, and what's the date again?
For 2015, it's going to be April 12th to the 19th. In 2016, we're probably going to push it into May. Try to make it so it's a little bit more conducive to people's university school schedules. But that's all we could do in the first year. It's the availability we had with the facility where we're holding it. And it'll also be 2 weeks, I'm sure, in 2016, because we've already basically sold out and hit our cap. We're going to be, it's going to be a big festival. I think the Hawaii Festival is ultimately going to be bigger than the New York Festival.
I think it's a great location because you couldn't get a better place to get a multicultural gathering.
Yes.
You're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Everybody virtually has to come from every corner of the globe to get there. That's fantastic. I think it's going to be great. That's all the questions I have. I know you're a busy guy. You got some stuff to do here at the festival. But, man, thank you so much for letting me interview you. And,
sure. I appreciate you getting the word out and helping spread the message. Thanks so much for coming.
All right. Word up. Peace.